And John?
Macatawa.
All right. Getting an early start, huh?
Betcha. I'm ready.
How come you're going there?
I think it's got some potential.
You say you caught a few fish there a while back?
A couple weeks ago we got 9 smallmouth there, and on a day like this, I thought it was going to be a little better conditions, but it looks like we're going to have about the same.
Okay.
So we're going to take a group of us there so we can maybe get lucky and get some fish for a fishing.
Work it over. Sounds good. Okay.
There's a good bar here. There's a good bar here. This goes around like this and goes way back in, and there's a 22-foot hole right there with nice break lines into the hole. Good looking area.
Let's see by this.
That's not a good map, but this thing here goes way back in to the mouth of that. You look back in here and you'll see a bunch of sailboats all over the place. But we hit our fish all along the face of this and down the side of this. It's got a real nice finger just back off of the tip of this point. And then when it goes back on here, the inside turn, there's a nice finger back there. It's good stuff. And then there's, as you come this way, there's a nice bar here. And as you come down this way, there's a couple of them right in here. And we hit a good fish off of one of them. There's a good one right there.
You said this Lodge Point.
Yeah, this is a real long bar. It doesn't quite have the as deep a water as these do.
Didn't turn out toward the deep water there.
But it's still productive because it's long and narrow. It's a good spot.
The Tellings Point's where the features start showing up?
Right in here, the bar starts sticking out. This is all a little bit flatter. You know, you might want to check it out, but it's trolling water until you prove it otherwise. But the best features are right here. These 2 bars are the best, without a doubt. And you see that, you'll see a big concrete deal right on the end of that. Right on this corner, I mean right on it, is a red buoy marker.
On the end of this point?
Right on the corner.
Right on the corner.
There's a red plastic buoy marker, great big one.
Because of all the sailboats back in there.
Yeah, and then right here's it's a channel marker. And then you'll see another one right along here.
Okay.
This has got brake lines, the top brake line's there's some weeds up here in about 4 or 5 feet right on top of this bar. And then right out here, the brake line on this is I think 6 feet. And this in here is about 7 or 8 feet. This one breaks a little deeper. But this is a heck of a spot. This lake is made up for 250s and 200s. Yeah, I see it says muskie. We never caught any.
Boy, you probably didn't have Mep's muskie killers.
Probably not. That's probably.
You guys got to be on film here.
You got to give Chase all kinds of heck out on the water.
That's right. How many? Yeah, there's about 5 of us here, huh?
Well, that's how many bass can we keep? We'll clean a good school out.
Hey, where's John? Debbie?
Yes, dear.
Did he pick up the map? Did you pick that map up?
Where was it?
On the
The
table.
one you had there at the cafeteria or cafe?
They'll probably keep it.
Did we leave the map there? Did we?
I thought I saw OJ's socks there, but I don't remember the map.
Oh, no.
Does anybody have a map besides me? That points out this bar right there.
Oh, that's the first one. The hole's over here. Okay.
And then
we're right here.
Yeah, we're on this side.
Okay.
Okay. As you go down, you see you got a couple little fingers here.
Yeah.
Okay. When you see this big bay, then you know this bar, and this is a beautiful, beautiful structure.
About how long is that?
It's long, several hundred yards long.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
Okay. It's got a couple nice fingers on the tip, and as you go down, right in here is a little narrow part.
Yeah, next day.
Just past that's a beautiful bar, and then right in here is a couple little fingers, nice spots, and then past that you look for the big buoys out in the middle of the lake.
Okay.
There's one on the end of this. There's one on the end of this.
How
Now,
nice.
That'll show you, and you'll see red and green marker buoys that indicate marking the channel all the way down through there.
That's nice for them to have it laid out.
This is where this is where I'm gonna start right off the bat,
Okay.
and that's clear down at the other end of the lake.
All righty. Okay,
It's not that far.
2 miles.
I don't know.
6 maybe.
10, 15 minutes.
Is it 6?
It's 8 miles long altogether.
Oh, okay.
15-minute drive. We're over here. We are in this area.
Okay, what, now that means this is the far shore?
This is the far shore.
Okay.
We're here looking out.
What looks good along in
Well, everything's, you see there's a couple of fingers there.
Just sticking out, okay.
See, look at the points
Yeah,
of land sticking out.
Okay.
Each one of them should have a little bar.
Close to the
Yeah, it's
channel.
close to the channel.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can start out fishing as soon as you leave the ramp.
Yep.
Okay.
Just
And
go
the
on
ramp
the
is
other
Right in
right
here,
there.
I think.
Okay, so go right straight across and then start working.
Sure,
on
you
the
can
side.
start working that.
Okay, that's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do then. I'll start on the other side.
Alrighty. Sound like a winner.
I'm going right down to here because if I don't get Debbie a couple fish, she's gonna be mad at me.
Oh, that's like I gotta get my daughter some fish.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go for it.
On the boat.
Throw a spoonful. Throw a white spoonful right over the side. And just watch it go down. Not very far.
Yeah, John, go ahead. Isn't it the way you kind of christen the water? Don't you have something?
Give that up
Something
to the fish
official to
gods.
say?
Yep.
I'll donate only this one.
Yep.
I'll be back later to pick it up.
Was it all wet? That's all right. Yeah. I already get rid of it.
Right. Well, Buck talked to me about that. Buck's going to be talking to you about that spider wire.
Sounds good.
On video. Drop you guys off on a certain spot. Boom. This is what the guys ought to be fishing. These are the kind of lakes the guys ought to be fishing. They're fertile, they got big fish, shallow fish. Look at that stuff.
There's a lot of it. Pretty heavy. Now you mentioned about the sky. To look at the sky?
Yeah, yesterday we had a front go through and you can look at the sky and you can see it just blew everything away. We got clear blue skies and we'll look at it once in a while through the day to see how it progresses.
Okay.
What we got here in front of us is a great big wide bar. There's a red marker buoy clear over there. You see it, Chase?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the other end. That sits right on the other corner of the bar. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This concrete deal out here we got on the end is right on the other corner. So you see it's a big wide bar sticking clear out all the way to the deep water. And it's a good productive spot.
Okay. What
Hi, buddy.
What is your-
Have a marina close to us when we get down there.
Okay, this corner of the bar, that red marker buoy over there is the other corner of the bar. After that, it shoots all the way back into that bay. And this is the face of it across here, and then it goes clear back to the bank. And that's how big and wide it is, and this is probably one of the best spots in the lake.
Okay.
It's got a break line about 7 feet, and another one about 10 feet.
That's the reason there's so many weeds and stuff.
No, this is not weeds. This is an algae bloom.
Oh.
This is not weeds. This is fertile water.
Well, a lot of it looked like weeds.
I know.
Yeah, it fooled me.
This is good stuff.
Yeah? I'll be darned. Well, I guess I'll have to troll over that way to get gas. Okay. I'll let you guys go first.
Are you gonna fish with us, Chase, right away? Right there's 7 feet. Right there on the inside of that dude.
Now you're using a 6 to 9?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll make a few passes and see what's going on.
Yeah, 400?
250. Roll inside, Debbie.
Sorry. I knew something didn't feel right.
We're just gonna contour troll down through here and see if any fish are moving. Okay, Deb. Put out about 8 layers. 9 layers.
I can bump on this lake, right?
Yeah, good. That's got a good clean bottom.
Okay.
Then we're just gonna contour troll the edge of this bar and see if any fish are moving. We're gonna go in until we bump, which I'm bumping right now.
You are?
Yeah. And then we're gonna move out gradually until we run free. See, I'm just tipping. It's got a good, hard, clean bottom. Feel it?
Yeah.
Just move out ever so slowly until it comes free. You can use your depth finder as an aid while you're doing it. You want to check your speeds.
Real nice.
Speed her up. This is summertime. You just drop down to about 9 feet, so you want to turn back in. You feel how nice and clean it is? There's very few snags in here. It's real workable. Okay, I started bumping again. The whole time you want to constantly vary your speed.
How long do you hold a specific speed, or do you vary it quite
Up and down.
up and down?
If you have a lake, it's got a good, hard, clean bottom. It's workable. Right back here on this inside turn where it comes in closer to the shore is a nice bar. We hit a bunch of our fish on that.
A little finger or an inside
Yeah,
turn?
Little
or-
finger right on the inside turn.
Okay.
There's a little finger right here.
Yeah, that scared me to death.
You hit a 17-inch smallmouth reeling in?
Yeah, we stopped to reel in to change lures, and he took it as we was reeling in.
You reel in pretty fast, so could that have been speed control?
Yeah, I'd say a change in speed is all it was. That's all you want, Dad.
How fast is that?
You got it.
Now, where is the break line on this structure? Where does it break?
It breaks from about 6 or 7 feet.
6 to 7. Okay. Now you're going back with the 200?
Yeah. We're just straining, it's all we're doing.
Okay.
Okay, Dad, give me about 8 to 9 layers. Now don't feel
I'm
bad
getting
about
already,
bumping. If
sorry.
I get you in too shallow, See, that's the nice thing about fishing a lake that doesn't have any weeds in it. You get in too shallow, you just slow down until you get back out where you want to be, and then you get back with it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I am too shallow right now. That's all right. You can make a mistake like that when you don't have a 20-foot weed line. I'm working my way back out.
So you like this kind of bottom, huh, Deb?
Oh, I love this kind of bottom.
This is very workable. I'm still only out about 6 feet. Okay, now we're going. You all right?
I don't know.
Make sure you're all right.
No, it's running. I still feel like
Okay.
it's running right.
There is a fine hair moss sometimes you find down the bottom here.
Okay, Deb, we're gonna get you back into position here real quick.
All right.
Maybe. There's a heck of a spot right out there on the tip.
Now, when you notice where the fingers are, you get line sights, and how are you mapping this in your mind right now?
Well, when you contour trolling, it gives you a general shape of it. You can kind of see where the best areas are. And then you can go ahead and work on the straight line passing.
So you're just getting a general picture now.
Right. We're just contour trolling it, getting a general picture of the bar. Acts like a little walleye.
First fish, huh?
It acts like a little walleye.
Right off the end of this. Do you need somebody on the net?
What's the net name?
Sure.
Oh, it's a walleye. It's a
Walleye.
nice fish.
There you go, right there, Mom.
Not a little one. Not a little one at all.
Shit, John.
We're on tape.
Oh, I don't care that. I can say that. Get him over here.
Hey, all right.
Hey, he's not bad.
That's a decent walleye.
It's not bad.
What, 3 pounds?
Maybe. Watch me get all cut up like I always do.
Careful. I got Band-Aids.
I do too. I do too.
All right.
Nice fish, John.
That felt like a walleye.
Macatawa has some big walleyes in it.
Does it?
Yep. Okay.
Lift her up, Deb. I'll throw him in there.
Nice fish.
It's a good start, I guess.
Can you reach a bit?
Sure.
Got her. Okay.
All right.
Good show, baby.
Now, is this a casting position or you keep trolling?
We'll make another pass.
Okay. Going back the same spot?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back the same way. That way.
Going
Where
back.
the fish was.
Okay.
Remember I said there's a nice little finger a couple boat lengths from that thing?
Yeah, right from the
There you
end.
got it.
Yeah. Same place we hit the smallmouth. Okay, Dad. Give me about 8.5 layers.
We haven't been fishing more than 15, 20 minutes.
No? I was gonna throw a marker, but I thought maybe it was a drum or something. Bump? I just started bumping a little bit when he took it.
Boy, is that hard.
Man, it's got a beautiful bottom.
It does.
Okay. Okay, you're on the outside now, so you might let out.
And everything.
That's a perfect spot right there, man. That thing goes right to the deepest water. Where'd Don go?
He went to get
Ain't that a nice spot?
so hard.
In fact, I think I gotta reel in a little bit.
Pretty bad too.
It scared me. I thought I had another fish.
You using a flasher?
Yes.
Okay. Like that about the easiest to work?
Yeah, I like a flasher about the best of everything. How you doing, Deb?
Okay.
You may, if you don't bump, you may have to let out a little more line.
I know, I just reeled in a bunch of it because I was bumping to death.
Come on, Chase, join us again.
Okay. Said the smallmouth will be over this bar when they move.
There'll be no doubt you'll know it. Uh-oh, Chase.
It's getting warm, huh?
I'm telling you. Let's make another pass back.
All right. Fish. You kind of bring them in slowly, or I mean, not too fast.
Just
I notice you aren't
good
forcing them.
line. No. Hope you come off.
Oh, man.
Oh shoot. Okay,
You might
back
make
in.
another pass back.
Okay.
Look at
Oh,
that
little
little baby.
Little smallmouth.
Got a little smallmouth.
Little
Oh yeah. Okay, well the smallies are up here too then, huh?
I hope they get a little bigger than that.
Yeah, I
That's
hope
all
so
right.
too.
Okay, let's get a move on.
You said you could stay on this spot all day long?
Yeah. Just stay right on this bar and just wait for them to move.
Just keep waiting. So you're trolling and moving. You aren't just sitting casting all the time. You're
No, because right now I don't know. If I knew exactly where they came up for sure, then that'd be another story.
Mm-hmm. You think there might be different schools? It's such a large bar, there might be different
Yeah.
schools of
Oh,
fish
yeah, there's no doubt.
on this.
Besides that one.
Probably.
So you're gonna go over the top of it now?
Yeah, we're gonna work another section of the bar. We're gonna start out on the top brake line.
Okay. Go right over the top of it.
We're gonna troll parallel with it.
Oh, parallel. Okay. On
We're
the
gonna
top.
contour troll it.
Contour troll on the top. Okay. Now you said we.
You can't take this, Chase.
Oh, okay.
Yellow, you wouldn't want anything with yellow on it, would
Well, I was kind of thinking about that, yeah. Well, I like brass. The brass one.
Now you ran the 250 and you figure you didn't catch anything at that depth, so now you're going back to the 10 feet where you caught the fish.
Yep.
Do we have another brass?
If you troll and check your speeds, and you don't catch anything, you just have to figure that they're not there.
Mm-hmm.
But
Now, would you say at the 10 feet, or are you going to work on down depending on what you catch, right?
yeah, we can work on down.
I guess the hardest part for a lot of spoon pluggers is how do you figure out what to do next?
You just strain the water.
Just strain it.
You always start out in the shallows and you work it. Okay, let's fix that. And you go deeper
Okay.
until you make contact with a fish. And right across here, there's another bar just about like it.
This is a pretty big bar though, isn't it?
Big bar, big wide. If you want to see the shape of it, that red marker buoy is this corner, and that other concrete thing out there is that corner.
Okay.
Gives you an idea how big it is.
And it goes out like this.
Right, this is the side of it, goes out that way, around, and back in.
Okay. What's the deep water
The deepest water is a channel out there.
up there?
Right. There's some 16, 18 feet in here, which is plenty of depth.
You got some idea of how they move up?
Yeah, they come up wherever the little fingers are. Time to go to work. Well, when this thing comes up, it comes up right now.
You said you usually don't cast for northerns?
No, I don't. When the northerns are going, I hit one, I keep right on trolling. Usually, it's hard to get the speed.
On the cast?
Yeah.
Ah, I see. Okay. Now, you reeled in, we've just run the 200 now. We're going to look at the other brake lines?
Right. Let's see if we can see where, from what it breaks from, what it breaks to.
So you're going to make some passes across the brake line?
Parallel to it. Yeah. Across it.
Across
Look
it
at
so you can see where it breaks.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
There's one about 13 without a doubt. So let's put a 100 on and work that one.
Okay.
You end up wrapping your line around something.
So when you get a snag, you just go straight back towards
I
it.
just go straight back.
Do you pop your rod much?
No, I don't do much until I get back to the lure.
Okay.
Most of the time, if it's not a bad one, you can get it off right away. Matter of fact, it came off already.
You got it off.
Yep.
Okay, good. So you say whenever you come off a finger, when your lure comes off, you always speed up
Yes.
quite a bit, huh?
Yeah, goose it. No, I'm getting yours ready. And that'll catch you a lot of fish.
Okay.
When you're walking across it, bumping, you want to slow down. And as soon as your lure comes off, boom, goose it.
Now you're going to wire
Yeah,
and a 200.
right.
You're fishing down that same brake line, not that necessarily that there's a certain break there, or
Not necessarily, we're just straining the water.
just working down. Okay.
Make sure we cover it all.
Say sometimes we waste time going to the slower speeds when we should be sticking to spoon plugging.
Sometimes it gets aggravating when you don't have success right away. And you tend to get off of the guidelines that Buck set up for us. And that's a mistake. You have to keep on going. You have to check your depths and your speeds constantly and wait for the fish to move. Some days like today, it's important to pick up the stragglers. One fish here, one fish there. You may not get into the school. So it's important not to vary from what you're doing. You can stop and cast jigs on spots. All you're doing is checking your speeds, but you don't want to vary too much from what your guidelines are. And that's very important. You got to stay with it. You got to be a hard nose. I think we're all right, Deb.
You got a real good bar that it looks good to you just from the way the brake line is and the bar
Yeah,
form.
It's just beautiful. It's a nice finger. You can watch me run it if you want. Deb and I'll put the anchors down right on it.
Okay.
We'll check our slow speeds
Now how do you figure out
and
the
our
anchor?
fast speeds.
How do you find out where your anchoring position is going to be?
Well, you just watch the path of the boat when I run this bar, and you'll see where the finger is.
Do you throw a marker at that spot?
No, I won't. I'll just anchor right on it.
Oh, okay.
Get back on the brake line here. Hold your ground, Chase.
Okay.
Got a little finger right there. Coming up.
Is this what you'd call a sharper break on this brake line?
It's the longest and the narrowest. And I think we just came off of it. Let me turn around. make a pass across it. It should come right across the tip of it right here. I tell you what, it's pretty wide. Why don't we just make some straight line passes across it?
Okay.
It's not narrow enough to really get a good anchor position.
Okay.
On.
Would you throw a marker on it then, or just do it from your line
I
sights?
got a shoreline sight right now.
Okay.
Let's just make some passes across it.
Oh, we did.
Huh?
So you're doing a 100 series with no bow across the top of
Yeah,
it?
right across the tip.
The tip.
There, that brought us across it about 11 feet, and I'm tipping. Just tip. Now we're down to 13, 14, 15, 16, 18,
Say it's got about 20 off the tip of it?
20 right here. You okay,
Okay.
Deb?
Yeah.
Make a turn. Okay, we're coming up on it again. Came up to 11 again. Okay, I'm bumping. Zach?
Pretty wide bar, so you can't
Right.
find a spot.
Really hard to
cast.
pinpoint.
Yeah.
Come off. Sucked a little wind right there.
I heard that.
Okay, Deb, let out a couple more layers.
So you make several passes with the same size lure, just
Yeah, I'm just dropping down a little
drop
bit.
a little bit more.
Move my mark over a little bit. Tipping?
Yeah, digging.
I'll just slow her down. All day long, just checking your depth and your speed.
So you made a few passes over the tip of it. Now you say the fish aren't there, so you're going
have
to a different,
right,
going
you
back
have
up to the
assume-
top.
Right, going back up to the top and recheck it. Nothing's happening in much of weather-wise, so you just have to keep doing what
Keep doing
follow
it.
the guideline.
Okay.
When the fish move, you'll know it. You'll be the first one to know it.
Because you know the structure that you're working.
Well, because you're moving all the time, and if one moves up, you're going to catch him.
Okay. Now what do you say about this? We're trolling shallows. You say you never really go very slow?
No, you never putt along like at a slow speeds when you're checking the shallows, because the fish that are there are going to be active.
Mm-hmm.
So you move right along pretty good.
You say a lot of times you don't use a jump lure or real slow lures in your casting.
We don't?
We don't. Or you don't use them that much a percentage of the time.
Not usually, but When we stop and cast, then we check it.
You check it?
Yeah, we check
Okay.
it.
But not for very long.
No, get back to the
Get back to
troll.
the trolling. Okay. I meant earlier about sometimes the fish are only at one depth.
When you go through your guidelines, checking the shallows all the way down, there's times when you can only catch one here and one there, and sometimes it seems to be only at the same depth. So you don't worry about it. You just notice it.
Just
you know?
notice it and
just a
fish
straggler
accordingly.
here and there.
Sometimes we get too worried about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Sometimes you don't worry about things.
I noticing.
You just keep checking your depths and your speeds, and everything will fall into place.
I'm noticing you aren't using wire down in like 20 or 30 feet.
Not yet.
Not yet. So, okay, you're checking it more thoroughly upstairs then.
Right, we're hoping to pick up some stragglers here and there instead of going out. We're not familiar with the lake, so we're not going to go downstairs.
A little
too
tougher
much.
down. Okay,
Sure.
good.
And this watercolor, when the fish move, usually we'll catch them at this depth.
At this depth. We got about 2 feet visibility here.
What do we got? I don't think it's that much.
Pretty good watercolor.
Right there, it's gone.
About right there.
Yeah,
Foot and a
okay.
half,
Yeah, that's
I
great.
would say.
Okay.
Which is what you're looking for.
Red boat is, and that marina over there.
Yeah.
About 5 foot, about 12, about 15 to 16, 22 to 24, and a bottom of 30. Fish stacked up on the 15 to 16, 22 to 24, and 30. Everywhere.
Have you caught anything?
No. I had a bump. And it's hard to shell. A lot hard through there.
Keep working.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to stay, I think. You guys, I mean, that's the only one you got off here?
We lost, had a couple little smallmouth and lost a pretty decent walleye. I'm pretty sure it was a walleye. What's sitting there up front? Yo, zoom in on that, Chase.
He's bored.
You got him trained pretty well.
He's bored. It's hard for him to troll as deep when he can't hold it.
That's a classic.
I'm thinking about going over and starting the jigging.
We might do that a little bit later.
A lot of fish down there around 30, the huge fish. I don't know what those are. Probably something I don't want.
Let's get to work.
Say some people worry a little bit too much about what they see on the depth sounder.
Yeah, some people go around the lake looking for fish, and that's a mistake because it takes you away from your things that you ought to be doing. If you fish properly, the fish will tell you where they're at. You just keep doing it. I mean,
Working.
people worry too much about things that really they can't control.
Yeah. They don't have confidence in the procedures.
Depth and speed is all it is. You just got to keep going through the procedures.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you can do. There's nothing else. Depth and speed there's it. There's no more.
No more. Okay. So you're going to a 100 and wire?
Yeah. Looking at the brake line, it drops down, and when it gets to 18 feet, that starts where it's flat.
The base brake line.
Right. So we're going to check that.
Okay. Sounds good. Little snag here.
Got her.
Good. Deb, you've been spoon plugging for quite a while too, haven't you?
Yep.
How long?
Long time.
Long time. Okay, we won't talk about that. Can tell you do
Go for it.
well. Okay.
It's not pulling right, you know, and you see it's fouled. Bring it in, take the weeds off of it, and I had a couple of nice ones. I guess I could have transplanted.
That's part of the ball game.
Yeah. Well, at least I'm not losing a looper.
Yeah.
But, you know, you gotta have it on the bottom, else you're not gonna do any good.
Right. There's another bar over there similar to this, just about the same size. We're going to go over and fish it. Okay.
So we're going to another bar, a similar bar. We're going to go through the same procedures.
Yep. Start out in the shallows and work it out all the way.
Okay. Makes sense. So we're checking out the south shore right off the deep hole. And you're
Start
kind of
in the shallower.
in the shallow area, straggler fishing just to
Yep.
find out what's there and what
Yep.
fish are active. Okay, you're right off the blue cottage here, blue roof. 250 in mono?
Yep.
This is one area that Terry O'Malley said was really good.
Good. I didn't get a fish this the last time I was here. Whoops.
Going back with the 200 now?
Yeah, we checked 6, 7, 8 foot. Now we're going to jump out to 10, 11.
Okay. This one stuck out a little farther, you thought,
Yeah, this looked a little better than the first one.
but it wasn't too narrow.
Not very narrow. Kind of a rounded bar.
So you look for the narrower ones, the ones you really concentrate on.
Yeah, the narrower ones that go to the deeper water are the best.
What was that?
Buck says be prepared to go to the fish because they may not come to you.
Right.
But if you can't pinpoint exactly where to fish, then you better not be out there messing around.
So not to follow the deep channel break line in this Lake Macatawa would probably make not too much sense.
You can do it, but I wouldn't spend all day.
A lot of time at it.
If you don't catch any fish in the shallows, and you move out, check it as deep as you can go, then get back and do it, start over again.
Because they're so inactive down there,
That's right.
especially with this water color.
There's a reason that they're down there, and that's because they're inactive.
Yeah. Okay. You saw a deeper area is what you saw?
Yeah. I was running about 14 feet, and then it dropped into a hole and went down about 24, 25 feet. I didn't find that last week because I didn't check deep enough. 14, 15 is where it starts breaking into the hole. Now we're 20 feet.
So
Go
it's
back this way and see if
yeah.
the break line is the same.
So you got a 15-foot break here. That's a little deeper than most areas,
Right.
isn't it?
That might be a good one to work today. See, now it's flat. Real flat.
Wouldn't you have to have the shallows for a smallmouth? Or connected to?
According to the map, you got a hole and you got a dip like this.
Yeah.
You got a finger over here and a finger over here, but it is awful flat into that hole.
Mm-hmm.
You want to check it?
Yeah.
Sure. So you're gonna troll around the rim of the hole.
Yeah.
Okay. Use a 100 or a
Might as well use the 100 on a short line.
short line. Okay. The other large bar on the
Yeah.
south side
Right, on the north side.
or north side. You say it breaks at about 6 feet.
Breaks at 6 feet. That's the top break line.
So you're working about 8 to 10 right off of that?
Working 8 to 10 right now. Just move in and bump, move out, run free, move in and bump, move out, run free.
Small fish right off the point?
Yep. I think it's a small fish. I'm pretty sure it's a small fish. I don't think it's much worth crying over if he comes off. But he ain't much. It was pretty good though. Little dinky one, where are you before you come off?
Oh! Little smallmouth.
Little smallmouth.
Okay.
Let's go back and anchor on that thing.
Hey, yeah,
That was
let's
right
try
on the
it.
point.
Okay. So you're going around the point now just to figure out where to anchor.
Yep. We can anchor down right here.
Okay.
Go for it, Denny.
That's a good size anchor there.
Yeah, we want it to hold.
You like that style?
It's not the best, but it works pretty good.
What, about 10 pound?
No, these are 18 pounds.
18 pound. Ooh.
The best way to do it if you got some wind is throw them out. Throw your back one out that way, throw your front one out that way, and get them to hit at an angle so they bite. And then
Oh.
pull them together and you're not going to go anywhere.
So you usually use 2 when you anchor.
Yeah, that keeps both guys in good casting position.
Okay. You're anchoring sideways so you can cast out to the
Yeah,
deep
we can all
water.
3 cast, fan cast, right out here to where we hit the fish.
Okay. Good. So we're anchored about 5 feet and you're using a 200.
Yep. Just let it walk. Work against the rod tip. That's it. Get a tight line. About 15 feet. Then you got to let your line sink a little bit.
Oh, you just wait and let the line sink.
Right. Let the line sink. Then put your rod tip down. See, it took off walking right away.
Hmm.
Perfect. And you just fan cast around. That's it.
That's the way it is, huh?
And you put on a jump type lure and you do the same thing all the way around.
Now, would you, with just one fish caught, and if you don't catch any, would you re-anchor or reposition?
Probably not.
Okay.
How'd you guys do? That's about what we did.
About quarter to 10. Indiana time, of course. To about 10 o'clock. And that was it.
They're not moving very good.
John
You guys
just
do any
lost
good?
smallmouth.
250s and 200s. That's down.
What?
250 caught 1 and 200. Now we have one in here. It's not very big.
The smallie? Let's see it.
Ted voted his. I lost mine. That's the only problem with it. You gotta go diving for him.
Anybody can play without defense. We just lost one right here, a little one. About a 13-inch or so. Pretty.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's is that even keeper? Look
Is he
at
14?
Looks smaller, huh?
You measuring?
No.
You better.
That's not 14 inches. That's not 14 inches, Ted.
Well, he might take care of it for you.
Where's my knife? Yeah, stab him to death.
Ouch. Yeah, it looks 14 and a half. 14 and a half? How do you get that? That's 14. We want to keep that, or you?
Yeah,
keeping
so
them?
Chase wants some food, don't you?
Yeah, if he's a keeper.
Just.
Okay, John, you're using a jump lure now?
Yep,
You're really jumping it quite a ways.
yep. That's a slow speed.
That's a slow speed?
Yeah, that's a half-ounce jig.
Got a little plastic on it or a
Yeah, little grub.
little grub with a half ounce?
Yep. Let it sink to the bottom and jump it.
So, like in this season, the middle of the summer, you don't really go much slower than that?
No, not very often. That's it. Jump it, let it go back to the bottom. There's one there, he'll eat it. See a lot of guys doing this, just
Yeah, really
like this.
slow.
I've heard Terry say, well, he don't know what they're trying to do. Get it past them without seeing it or what. But this is checking your slower speeds. Even though it seems like you're moving it fast, it's nothing compared to a fast trolling speed. It's a slow speed. all the way back. You just fan cast around with a spoon plug and fan cast with a jump type lure, and you got it covered. You're done.
That's what the book says, isn't
Yeah.
it? You said once before that you look a lake over, you pick out the best structures, and that's where you concentrate on?
Yeah.
Now, how do you know, what are your criteria for the best structures?
Well, first of all, you have to make sure it's got some deep water close by. If it doesn't, it's probably not going to be any good anyways.
How deep?
The deepest water in the area.
In the area, okay.
20 feet or deeper.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't have 20 feet, well, if the whole lake's not 20 feet, then the deepest water in the area. It has to be close to the deepest water in the area.
Okay.
And that's good criteria.
Mm-hmm.
What we're sitting on right now is probably the longest finger coming off this bar.
So
we're right about on the end of it.
Longest is important as well as narrowest,
Longest,
if you can.
narrowest, sharpest to the deepest. That's a good criteria. Right there.
Then you pick those, and all day you just hit the few that you've selected.
Yeah. And then, you know, you can straggler fish the other areas and check it out. You know, you might find some that are off to the side that are secondary spots that are productive.
Okay. This is really it's a simulated flasher?
Yeah, it's an LC, it's a liquid crystal.
Okay.
It's a simulated flasher. There's no moving parts. And if you're used to using the old Hummingbirds or the Lowrance, then you don't have anything else to get used to, you know?
Yeah.
Gives you an instantaneous reading just like your flasher does.
Yeah, it looks like you get and then the sunlight wouldn't bother it.
The sunlight doesn't bother it at all.
Pretty reliable little instrument, huh?
Yep.
Now what's the name of it?
It's a Clearwater Classic made by Zircom.
Zircom, Clearwater Classic.
About $200.
Oh, that's reasonable. Yeah, okay. That looks like a good instrument. You use that most of the time then?
Yeah, well, the old Hummingbirds are outdated.
Yeah. Okay, that looks like a good one. Okay.
Some of the younger spoon pluggers, they see you make a catch and they think that you're a god, you're some kind of an expert at it, but nothing could be farther from the truth on that. You just go out there and when the weather conditions get good, if you stick with the guidelines and keep control, start out in the shallows and control deeper and deeper and deeper, you'll arrive at the fish. And that's all it takes is just, you got to stick with it, patience for the fish to move. And there is no such thing as an expert. But once you think you are an expert, that's when you start going downhill, I'll tell you, in a hurry.
That's right. Now you made a comment on the weather, how it's changed since this morning, or what? Did you notice a little bit more?
It's always good to pay attention to what's going on upstairs. This morning we had a front go through yesterday, and bright clear skies, and not much has changed other than the fact we're getting a little bit of low haze and a couple of puffs, which are very, very little. So you can't expect a whole lot to be happening.
Yeah, not much is going to happen with that.
Nope. Maybe you have one move up once in a while, but they ain't going to be there very long, and they ain't going to be very shallow.
Yeah. Okay. Now tell me the situation when you would give up. Now you're pretty persistent out here. You spend a lot of time out here. What might be a situation where you would say, well, it's not worth fishing?
If I get on the water early and I don't hit anything in the morning, I won't leave the water between 10 and 2. And if I hit the fish sometime between 10 and 2, then I know it's probably going to be one movement for that day, and I would probably pack up after I hit the fish and quit.
Okay.
Unless I had some reason to stay and straggler fish or something. But if I go out in the morning and I hit them at 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, then I know pretty much they're going to move sometime in the afternoon or evening. Again, there'll be 2 movements a day. But like if I'm out here today and at 1 or 2 o'clock we hit the fish pretty good, or for a short time or whatever, and then I know after that, when it's done, that's probably going to be it for the day, and then I pack it up, go home.
So if you get a morning movement, you might go in and have lunch and relax, and then go out a little bit later in the afternoon.
Sure. All depends on where I'm at in the situation.
Okay.
You know, if I drive 100 miles, I'm going to fish all day long.
Yeah, right.
But if I situation like this where I'm on here, if I hit them in the morning, I might pack up, go back and eat lunch, and maybe hit Mona Lake in the afternoon.
Okay. Oh, makes sense. Okay. Okay, got a a keeper smallie on a 200 and wire.
Chase got a keeper.
Oh, okay. That looks
A little
nice looking
straggler.
fish. They're healthy.
We'll take what we can get today.
A healthy looking fish. Okay.
Beautiful.
Great. Debbie got a fish. Oh, all right.
Little one.
Boy, look at that. He was barely hooked.
Yep, little small one.
Boy, he really fought.
I don't know. I got a golden rule in the live well.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, that's the proper way to do it. That way you don't get arrested. There you go, huh? Yeah, I think he's 14. Get out the golden rule. Here, I'll hold it.
Want to put him away?
You don't suppose something's happening, do you?
I don't know.
Well, they ain't big ones, but yeah, he's
Yep.
Use them for the fish fry today. Okay.
yeah.
Great.
Way to go, Mama.
Way to go.
Time, huh?
What are you going to do now?
We're gonna go back that way and make another pass.
Make another pass. Okay.
We know where he was.
Just hit a big smallmouth, and he leaped and shook the wire line, right?
He came off.
You threw a marker. Now, is this place where you noticed a finger?
Not here, I didn't. But there has to be something here. That fish ain't lost.
Yeah.
Okay, you hit him on a short line, so we anchor by the marker. We're going to be in position. We'll be able to
Okay.
reach where the fish was.
Okay.
You want to try and position the boat so your casts come about the way that you were making your trolling pass. That was a nice smallie.
Yeah, that was. Okay, we'll go get him. Okay, we stopped after we hooked that big smallie. We stopped and cast for about what, 10 minutes?
Probably. Just enough to cast spoon plugs and then jump type lures.
Jump
and
jig.
we
Now
got it covered. No more there.
Now we're back on the troll.
Now we're back on the
Same
troll.
lure, same
Yep.
depth. Okay, great. Another straggler?
Just a little baby. What is that?
That's a drum.
It's a white bass.
Oh, white bass, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, those are nice fish.
You want to keep him?
They don't taste
I don't know, you can throw them back, I guess. It's a pretty good fish, though. Yeah, white bass. I know they were in here.
We
But
know now, don't
I
we?
haven't seen any in a long time.
Okay.
Okay, go back and get them.
We'll take it.
Had something hit. You feel them?
I don't feel much. I don't think he's on there no more. Nope,
Shoot.
definitely not.
Looked like a heavy fish.
It was a heavy fish, whatever it was.
Okay, back
Oh,
at
well,
him.
back
Yeah.
to going again. On.
It's not.
Huh?
It's not.
Well, we just hit a couple fish. Chase lost a nice smallmouth, pretty nice one. And I had something on, maybe a drum, I don't know. And then we caught a couple other ones. And there might be something going on. We got to have Chase back by about 4 o'clock.
Okay.
So we're going to work our way back, and then we're going to leave.
We are, okay. I'll try to find that deep hole here. Well, I'm gonna try to run the wires down here and see what I can do.
We've been trolling a 10-foot depth,
Have you?
and we hit 3 fish pretty fast. Bang, bang, bang.
No. Well, earlier, I caught these smallmouth, 15 inches, the other was an inch. That's it.
So you gonna stay or you gonna head back?
Yeah, I'll check.
Okay.
Well, you can take this shoreline, we'll go back to that shoreline, we'll meet you at the other end. We'll go up to 8 to 10 foot. Troll 10 foot all the way back.
That's what I got. I got 250 on.
Okay.
Okay.
So you practice doing line sights?
Pick that flagpole right there
Yeah.
with the flag on it.
Okay.
And you're trolling down the bank. Look up periodically. It's up against that house right now. Bang. You know where it's at. You know that it's gonna be moving well.
Yeah.
So you're trolling along and you're looking up and you practice, about where that's moving. And if you hit a fish, you look up, thing. You got a line sight for anchoring.
So you
position.
just practice. Every time you look up, you grab a line sight.
Yeah.
No matter
You
whether
get
you
down
need
the
it or
bank,
not.
You get down the bank, you grab
Yeah.
another one.
Okay, that's a good
You
idea.
know, and as you troll down the bank, you just keep your eye on that one. Anytime you hit a fish, boom, you look up, you got an
There it is.
anchoring position. You know what depth you were.
Yeah.
Plus, if you throw a marker out, you can ensure that much more.
So a lot of fellows have trouble taking line sights just because they aren't used to doing it probably.
Most people have the wrong impression. They think, well, just out in front of this house. They're not using the rifle deal.
Rifle sight,
You know,
yeah.
they're not using an object close to you and an object behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where they get in the most trouble.
Okay.
We had about 3 or 4 fish in the last 45 minutes. Chase had a big smallmouth on the side of that big bar. And we hit a couple down along here. We're gonna head back. We gotta get Chase back by 4 o'clock, I guess. I think there's a nice finger coming off this side too.
This bar is quite a long bar, but it drops off about 16, 17 feet is the deepest water in the area, but you still feel it's worth fishing.
Oh yeah, sure.
It really is a large one, isn't it?
It's a large bridge-like bar and it extends way out. It's got several nice fingers on it.
Mm-hmm.
It should be productive.
Okay.
Looks like it's about 15 feet.
About 15 feet it breaks into the channel.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to follow that with wire? So you keep it right about 15, right on the lip of it.
Right on the lip.
Okay.
It looks like it starts breaking at 14, but there's so much 14 that if we get up on the 14, we might
could
get
be
up on flat.
Yeah, okay. What'd you do if you lived on this lake?
I'd spend some time trolling the channel break lines, that's for sure. If I didn't find the fish up on the bars, I'd spend my time in the break lines in the channel.
In the channel
I'd
first.
fish them as deep as I could fish them.
Smallmouth and walleyes?
Smallmouth, walleyes, northerns, whatever I get. Wouldn't matter.
Okay,
But I would definitely spend some time trolling this channel.
sounds good.
I need to be on a rotisserie. Stick a fork in that knee and see if it's done yet.
Kind of what mine feel like.
How'd you guys do?
Get any more fish?
No more fish since this morning.
Is that right? We thought we was going to get him going for a while. Chase hit a nice big old smallmouth, about 3 pounds. And he came off and we anchored and cast and went a little farther and what happened? Caught a couple more
Caught a couple more, yeah.
and we thought, uh-oh, something's going to happen. Then we just started straggler fishing 8 to 10 feet and I had a Japanese submarine on for a little bit. And it came off and that's been about it.
Yeah, we've been trying to work the brake line into the channel.
Did you have any hits doing it?
No.
Nope. Chase keeps asking me, would you fish down into the channel? Well, you got a choice. You can either straggler fish 8 to 10 feet, or you can go down in the channel. You can do both.
Either one, or
Yeah,
both.
you could do one.
Ted asked me what we should do after we hit those fish and didn't do anything. I said, well, we got 3 choices. We can go to another structure, work that. We might have missed the fish and I got biased. We can go shallow, or you can go deep. That's the only 3 choices.
Yeah.
Or 4, you can go home.
We don't want to do that.
That was not an option.
Yep, that's not an option. Is that right?
Well, thanks, John. You and Deb did a nice job
We had
showing
fun.
us around.
We had fun.
We had a good time. Macatawa Lake.
What would you
And
call this
Macatawa.
watercolor?
Macatawa.
What would you call this watercolor?
Yellow green.
Fluorescent green in spots.
Yeah. It's kind of brown.
That's a dark yellow green. What else? You're not going to call white sandy or
No,
cypress?
I don't think it is. I don't know, it's dark.
It's a walleye.
gonna get cut again. I just know.
Watch it.
I like when you do that, John.
So we kept a couple smallies and one walleye. That
Yep.
walleye's nice.
I don't know, not big, but a lot of fun.
Where'd you get that one?
There,
Fat, they're healthy looking,
on
aren't
the
they?
big bar.
Casting.
Nope, trolling. And I had another one on, pretty decent. 10 feet. Is that right, Case?
Yeah, about 10 feet.
Matter of fact, most everything we caught came from 10 feet.
That's where we were.
All different times.
Nice job.
About 1 o'clock, wasn't it? About 1 something?
Yeah.
We hit several fish in a row, and then we didn't hit no more after that.